It can be a little confusing to figure out whether you're going to click on edit page or edit site when you want to change something on your page or your site. Usually, if there is an edit page button, you're going to use that in order to modify the content of that page. Anytime you're using edit site, that typically is going to be or is going to allow you to change something that will impact multiple pages. So if you're wanting to only make a change to the current page, edit page is usually the button you're going to look for. And so if I click on edit page, you'll see that it's just going to pull up an editor that has the current page content. It doesn't have like the header and the footer and additional options based on the template. This is just the current page. So this is going to work for any custom page on your site or any post on your site. What won't work is this edit category button. It looks like it would work similarly to the others and you'd be able to open that and edit your content, but it takes you to this kind of like old style editor that doesn't really go with full site editing anymore. So this is where you can do like, well, you can see you've got the SEO content here, and then you can change like the actual name or URL of the category, but you can't add that builder content. The way that we do that is through the template editor. And so if you're on a specific category and you click on, oops, let me go back over here, open link in new window, edit site. Now you'll see it's taking me directly to category chocolate, which is what I want. And then it uses this site editor, which has all of my content. But when I edit it, I can also see that it has like synced areas. So if I make a change to this purple content, it's going to change in other places as well. So mostly on categories, I'm editing this group right here. It also has some synced content within it, but all of this here is my builder content that I'm using to build out this template. So this does work a little differently from your traditional like post and pages. Now you can use site editor to build out custom content for these categories, but you do it in this new interface and not in those old ones. Here's another example. This is another page. So I'm just going to click on About Page here. But I've got kind of a tricky one here. Let's say that there's this recommended products. So this is a custom post type, and this is the archive for that custom post type. This is really like a category. And so we have it with custom landing content. We removed the display from the bottom, so you're not seeing category content down here. But essentially, this is a category, and I don't see an edit button, excuse me. So what I have to do here is edit site. And then this is a custom template that was created, and I can edit this content in here. So I'm gonna, I think I removed the margin here. I'm gonna re-add that margin, basically just by resetting it. Click save, and then just back out of here. Refresh my page. I wanna see that margin show up. Oh, we've got caching to think about, so there we go. Okay, so if we don't have an edit button, edit page, we're gonna go to edit site. Let's look at another example. Here we have a recipe piece of content. This looks like a category page. We've built it out like a category page. And then I believe if you scroll to the bottom, yeah, we have all recipes. It's a little weird right now because of Grow, but this is the all recipes section. So this looks like it should be a category. But if I click on edit site, you'll see that I can't actually edit any of the builder content at the top of the page like I would on a normal category. Actually, is this showing me all of that content? Oh, it is showing me the content. I just can't edit it because of the way that I have this pulled in. It's basically just showing the content from a specific page. So we did kind of a workaround to get the blog to work and allow us to have builder content on it. There was another way we could have done this. We could have not created the page for this. But I thought that was a little confusing because of the way that if you go to edit all pages, it actually like shows the blog page. And if you add anything there, it doesn't show up. So this is maybe confusing because of me, or maybe because of WordPress, or maybe because of both of us. But in this particular case, we're going to go to edit page. And then you'll see all of the content that shows up above the query loop. So right here is where all recipes is, and then this is where the query loop shows on that template. So this is kind of a weird combination. This is the one exception that I would say you normally follow between whether it's a page or a template. So let me close those. And then the last two, actually I'll close all of these earlier ones. So the last two, we have, this is now a custom taxonomy, which is basically a fancy category. So again, if you click on edit category, or in other cases, it might actually say the custom taxonomy name. So this would be like, I think they're just sections. So it would maybe say edit section. It's going to take you to that older interface like this. And if I actually want to edit this content, I have to remember to go to edit site. And then it'll pull this up. And this is really easy because it already exists, but it does get a little bit harder if you want to create a custom landing page for a template that doesn't exist. So if I come into this one that does not have a custom template, that's just the default loop. It takes me to index, and index is not what I want to edit. You'll see it's got this generic information so that it works for a ton of different page types. And so what I need to do if I'm trying to set up that particular archive page with Builder is I have to create a brand new template. And so let me do that in a separate video, but I just wanted this one to really show you when you use edit site versus edit category, edit post, edit page, and then how there can be instances where it gets a little bit weird. But for the most part, if you see edit post or edit page, you'll click on that. If you don't see that, then you'll click on edit site. And then if edit sites takes you to the index, you'll have to create a new template, which I'll do this next video.